Good evening and welcome to Tom and Ben News United Kingdom. US President Joe Biden has defended the difficult decision to send widely banned cluster munitions to Ukraine after he was condemned by human rights groups, and a fellow Democrat said it was unnecessary and a terrible mistake.
Cluster munitions are prohibited by more than 100 countries. They typically scatter numerous smaller bomblets over a wide area, sometimes as big as a football pitch, and can kill indiscriminately.
Those that fail to explode threaten civilians, especially children, for decades after a conflict ends. Biden said he had made the move because the Ukrainians were running out of ammunition.
A dog owner is calling for a change in the law on fireworks use after her pet was spooked and killed on an evening walk.
Karen McVie, aged 64, was walking her two dogs on leads last month in Hessel near Hull, East Yorkshire, when fireworks were set off unexpectedly.
One dog, 6-year-old rescue dog Bella, pulled her collar off and ran away and was hit by a train as she ran onto the tracks at the nearby station. Mrs. McVie said the firework explosion was like a bomb exploding and it was directly in front of us.
We cats and dogs need to be kept indoors, nice and quiet when fireworks are about. We get frightened easily, you see.
The last Ford Fiesta has rolled off the production line on Friday, bringing to an end almost 50 years of history, which made it the UK's best-selling car.
First manufactured in 1976, it became an instant hit with those wanting smaller, more efficient cars. More than 22 million have been produced globally since then.
It was the 10th most popular new car last year, with more than 25,000 of them being registered. Ford has produced the final model in Cologne in Germany before its plant is modified to produce more electric vehicles.
Earlier this year, Ford also stopped making the S-Max and Galaxy people carriers, and they've also announced that production of the Ford Focus will end in 2025.
The Scottish Government has called for the decriminalisation of all drugs for personal use. It wants the UK Government to change the laws to allow people to be treated and supported rather than criminalised and excluded.
However, it will still be an offence to have possession of drugs with the intention of supplying it to others. The government also wants the law to be changed to allow the introduction of supervised drug consumption facilities.
Drug laws are currently reserved to central government in London. However, the Scottish Government in Edinburgh has responsibility for health and social policies around drug consumption.
Former Health Minister of Wales Vaughan Gething has admitted the Welsh Government was not fully prepared for COVID. Mr Gething was giving evidence to the UK COVID inquiry chaired by Baroness Hallett.
But he, along with First Minister Mark Drakeford, defended the devolved administration's position when asked if there were significant failings to address gaps in pandemic preparedness in the 8 years before coronavirus hit.
Vaughan Gething had told the inquiry that strained relationships between ministers in the Welsh and UK governments hampered pandemic planning. Mr Drakeford agreed with that, telling the inquiry the political system should not rely on the willingness of individual players to cooperate.
And finally, about 100 skeletal remains from the Middle Ages have been unearthed during excavations for a Northern Irish firm's new hotel in Dublin, in Ireland.
Burial sites dating back more than 1,000 years ago were found at Keppel Street, where an abbey, St Mary's, once stood. At least two of the remains are believed to date back to the early 11th century.
The excavations have been commissioned by Bangor, which is building its new Bullet Dublin hotel on the site. We will go straight to the weather forecast without doing viewers news, because we want to give you the chance to actually send us some news and not to keep reading out Talking Tom and Friends channel's news all the time. So hopefully viewers news will be back with us next week.
So, London has showers and the top temperature is 22 degrees and a low of 14.
Caerdydd and Humley has a top temperature of 19 and a low of 13, and it is also raining cats and dogs over there.
Dunwich and Alapa has the top temperature of 16 and the low of 18, and it is also showers over there.
And finally, Belfast has the high of 18 degrees and a low of 12, and it is also showers over there. Like I said last time, it is raining everywhere here in the UK.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Please subscribe. Get your news sent to us for next week. And yeah, we shall see you next week. Also, follow us on our Facebook page. The link to it is in the descriptions box below.